Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Kawalwa coming to you with a lesson and word, and I would name this lesson, I will meditate in thy precepts. And first and foremost, I just want to begin by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachah Chadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders and the hopeful elect out there, to all the Akim and Akwad that are out there teaching this truth in all sincerity, to the Akwad and them just sitting and learning in silence. Shalom. So right away I'll begin, and since the lesson is on meditate, I will meditate in thy precepts. The lesson will begin in the book of Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, and it reads, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth." So basically, that right there, it's saying, or that should be understood, that the word, the law, needs to be in your mouth, right? But thou, reading on, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So we are expected to continue to speak and teach the law and speak about how to carry about ourselves pertaining to the law, right? And we need to continuously meditate on it day and night. So you need to be going about your daily lives meditating on the law. You need to, even in your sleep, you need to be dreaming dreams. Some people just can't remember their dreams, right? But the meditation is what is expected, right? So it reading on, that thou may observe and do according to all that is written therein. So when you meditate on the law, when you continue to speak of the law, when you continue to speak the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then you will find yourselves walking and living according to all that is written within the law. That's what the word says here, right? For then, reading on, thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. But that good success, that is what these Christians and them, there's one to use scriptures like this and precepts like this to push the evil, wicked, Hellenistic doctrine, right? Because that's why you have all these sensationalized prosperity pastors. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, if you're doing what is right, and the Lord is pleased with you, then you will find yourself being successful. You'll find good success. But that good success doesn't mean success with the world. It means success with the Lord, right? It means success with Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, and ultimately success as into finding yourself being a part of that 144,000, being a part of the elect. Many are called, but few are chosen. You would find success making your calling and election sure, right? So that is the purpose of meditating on the word. We could go over, let's look at another precept that will enforce meditating on the word is in Psalms chapter 1 and verse 2, and it's so yappa because this is a psalm that a lot of people know, right? Psalms 1:1, the whole last chapter, Psalms chapter 1, right? Most people know it. But I was just speaking with the beloved Ak Nakamaya. I was just meditating on the word with him, he's speaking, and he brought out that precept. And just bringing it up here now, it's just so yappa to know that precept falls into the line of the lesson as well, right? And so without any further holding back. Is the precept is easy to read here. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. So let's read from verse 1. Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight, the delight of this blessed man who doesn't walk in the counsel of the ungodly, the delight of this man who does not sit in the seat of the scornful, the delight of this man who does not stand in the way of sinners, his delight is in the law, the same law that we had in Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, that you need to meditate day and night. So it's saying here again, but his delight is in this same law, the law of the Lord. And in his law does he meditate day and night. There you have it again. Day and night, this blessed man, and that is the success there. That goes into the same success that you shall have, spoken of in Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. So, the meditate, let's look into this word meditate. That's something we need to do. So, the word meditate, well, we could see the original, the so-called original, the transliteration, hagah, phonetic. Oh, it's pronounced dora or daga, dogo or daga. I hope I pronounced it correctly, but we see in here. So, for anybody that reading or listening onto the lesson and they have a better grasp of the pronunciation of the phonetic, feel free to help with the correction. We will help with the lesson. Right? Moving on. So the definition is to moan, to growl, to utter, to muse, mutter, meditate, devise, plot, speak, qual, to roar, to growl, groan, to utter, to speak, to meditate, devise, muse, imagine. Let your imaginations be filled with the law. Imagine how your life is going to be with the law being fulfilled in your life, with you being blessed and finding success as a result of meditating and not letting the law depart from your mouth, and living and observing this law day and night, to observe and do according to all that is written in the law, to utter, to mutter. Right? It is a primitive root word to compare. Right? And H1901. We'll get into that if we have to. Right? Strong's definition, a primitive root, compare, to murmur in pleasure of anger. By implication, to ponder, imagine, meditate, mourn, mutter, roar, soar, speak, study, talk, utter. You see, to study, that is a beautiful one. Right? Because what the scripture says about studying, right? That is in 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Right? We probably wouldn't go there right from here, but I could read it out for you. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, study. So meditate. That is it right there. Meditate to show yourself approved unto power. Let's go to it. We come back to the Psalms here. Or I think we more or less done. Right? So we go to 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Did I get 2 Timothy? If I did get it right here. Oh, it's chapter 3 at the press, right? So we have it here. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15, which says, study. And because of that breakdown we just saw there, we know that study means to meditate, right? So to meditate on the word, that's what we be encouraged here in the book of Timothy. It says, study to show yourself approved, to show thyself approved unto power. So we need to be approved unto him. Our approval needs to be done by Yahweh himself. Unto that power of Yahweh, we need to be approved. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So we get and we understand that studying is how you prove yourself unto power. Being a workman that is not ashamed by rightfully dividing the word of truth. So by studying, by meditating on the word is how you're able to rightfully divide it. That goes into the precept. You would find the secrets of the Most High. Right? So that precept that comes to mind right there is the precept. It doesn't come to mind. Unto his servants the prophets. Right. It's Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. The book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 7 reads and says, surely the Lord Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So by meditating on the word, by studying his word, you would rightfully divide the word, and the Ruach HaKodesh, the Lord himself, will allow his secrets to be revealed unto you, establishing you as his servants, because you would be approved unto power. Being approved unto power means he would approve you as a servant, and not just a servant, a prophet. Not just a servant, but also a prophet. We could go to Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 4, which reads, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. So when you find yourself being approved by the Most High, and being approved, and his secrets being revealed unto you by you meditating and rightfully dividing his word, you will be approved as his servant, as a prophet. And what that is also sharing with you is that his voice is to you. You are a son of man. The Most High is calling his sons. He's calling the elect. He has called the elect. They have been predestined before the foundations of the world. Before the foundations of the earth, they have been predestined. And these are the ones that will find themselves meditating and seeking his truth, seeking after his truth. Because the ones that don't do it, what they're going to find themselves? They're going to find themselves in the congregation of the dead. Right? Because the scripture speaks of that. The scripture speaks of the man in Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. Let's go there again. Let's go. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Now that is what these fellas that want to come into the truth and and taking seriously and taking Yahweh seriously, they ain't taking themselves seriously, right? They would find themselves wandering out of the way of understanding. They wouldn't find themselves being able to understand because they're not meditating on the word day and night. They're not finding delight in the law. They're not finding themselves being able to observe all the things that are written in the law, to do them due diligence, right? They're not finding themselves studying and rightfully dividing the word, so they wouldn't have that understanding. So the secrets of the Most High wouldn't be revealed unto them, thus not making them sons, not making them servants, not finding themselves being prophets. So what they would do, they will remain in the congregation of the dead. That is exactly where they would be. They will find them. They would be found right there among the dead. The dead had to bury the dead. Yahweh Shai said that when he was here. So it had to have somebody to bury them. If all they want to waste time, all they clinging to life, all they will continue on with the dead, and all they will bury the dead. Right there, stay with them. Stay right there in that congregation. But the man that finds delight in the Lord, he will meditate on it day and night. Let's go back to that. Is it here? Psalms 1 and verse 2. His delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law does he meditate day and night. Right? This is a Yapa lesson that that was supposed to come out, right? Kal halal Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh. This is one precept that stood out to me so wonderfully. Let's start with Psalms chapter 119. You're already in Psalms, no, in Proverbs. Psalms 119 here, and verse 48, I believe. Psalms 119 and verse 48, and it reads, "My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in thy statutes." Right? You will lift up your hands unto that. You're putting your hand to the plow. Let's look into hands. Right? Palm, hand, sole, palm of the hand, hollow or flat of the hand, palm, hollow or flat of the hand, power, sole, hollow objects bending, objects bent. Right? So it's your literal hand it's speaking about, and you have to lift it up. Lifting it up is to bear up, to take, to carry, to support, to sustain, to endure. So with your hand, you lift up your hands and you endure the meditation of this word, of the law, of the precepts, of the statutes, meditating on it, studying it in your thoughts, every day, in every little thing you do, in the simplest of things that you do, you meditate on the law. Right, let's run down to verse 78. Verse 78 reads, "Let the proud be ashamed. Let the proud be ashamed." You see, people who let me touch on this part here a little, because as a brother, having newly found the truth of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh in the earth, when you come to now know this truth, you can't keep silent. You want to talk to everybody and anybody that you could, that you feel you should, that you feel you could. And it has some people would just be there to measure you, and they measure you to see how skilled you are with the word and how good you are and whatnot and thing. And if you find yourself in a position where you're cutting them with the word and you're teaching them, they don't want to listen. They're too proud. They're too proud to find themselves in a teaching or in a teachable position to to somebody that they would not have always considered to be this person to teach them the word of the Lord. But that's okay, because the Lord saying here, they will be ashamed. For they dealt perversely with me without cause. There's so much people experiencing that. As a matter of fact, all the Akim of the Lord, all the men of the Lord, all the prophets, all the sons of man, all the servants of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh, they have been dealt with perversely and without a cause, and they're still experiencing it. That's the condition of the battle. But I will meditate in thy precepts. Even though that what the scriptures mean, in spite of all the perverse treatments and the unjust causes that they're going to treat us unfairly with, right? And the pride that they're going to come us out with, naysaying and scoffing and all sorts of negatives that we have to experience. Our focus shouldn't be on that. Our meditation should always be on the precepts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. That is what this means here, to get us to understand. So when it says mine eyes in Psalms 119 and verse 48, mine eyes prevent the light, yeah, that was it. That was the one. Oh, it's 119 and 148. That's why I said 48, but 48 meditates as well. This is the precept that really stood out to me. Mine eyes prevent the night watches, that I might meditate in thy word. This is it. This is the one that stood out to me. My eyes prevent the night watches. Basically what the scripture is saying here is break down to understand that, hey, I'm not going to sleep. I go stay up late in the night and meditate on the word. The word, I want to go and sleep thinking about the Lord. I want to wake up thinking about the Lord, about his laws, his statutes, his commandments, his precepts. I want my coming and going to be of the Lord. That's the mindset we need to be in. That is the mindset that is going to bring us the success. That is the mindset that is going to cause us to be blessed men, because we now finding ourselves walking in the godly counsel. So we are going to be blessed men. We are now going to find ourselves not standing in the way of sinners. We're going to find ourselves not sitting in the seat of the scornful. That is a blessed man. Our delight shall be in the law of the Lord. This Psalms 119 and verse 148. This is it here. This is letting you know that what we read in Joshua, to meditate on this day and night. Look, in the night, this precept here saying, mine eyes prevent the night watches. The psalmist, he can't sleep. And when he can't sleep, he up. He trying to close the eye to sleep, or the eye just wouldn't close. The eye just wouldn't stay closed for him to rest. So he up meditating on the word, to meditate, that I might meditate in thy word. And this is the mindset that we need to have. And this is the mindset I and all need to be encouraged. And this is for encouragement for all of Yasharala, right? For the older brothers that already there, because I coming into the truth. I've heard so many older brothers talk about, other brothers being in the truth and having fallen away, no longer in the camp. Some of them not even teaching still. They're not even going out there and declaring the word of the Lord. So this is for encouragement for everybody, because it would be great. It would be awesome, because it's a blessed thing. That is the better thing to say. It's a blessed thing to know that these older brothers are fired up, and the fire not kindling, they're not lukewarm. They continuously putting their hand to the plow, which would help bring young brothers up and continue to feed Yasharala. So the meditation needs to be up there, and be encouraged, Yasharala. Right? So I just want to close off here, and I'll say, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawa Shai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawa Shai, Brakataya Hawa, Brakataya Hawa Shai. Giving all praises, all glory, all honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Giving double honors to the elders and to the apostles, men of GMS, standing out there, teaching and preaching and pushing this 100% truth. To all the brothers out there sincerely pushing this truth in all sincerity, to the Akyam, to the Akwat out there sitting and learning in silence, to all of the Asharala. This is Brother Kawalwa saying Shalom.